right, so we are in Keegan's 2017 GT.
Yes, sir.
With a Gen 3 VMP Supercharger. That's basically what I know, but what all else is done?
So, it's the Stage 3 kit from VMP. It's their Gen 3 Supercharger, 2650 rotor pack from Eaton. It's got a twin jet 69mm throttle body, a JLT 123 cold air, FIC 1000 injectors, booster pump, and the car now has 1 7/8" long tube headers from Stainless Work, a 93 and an 88mm pulley on their dyno, made 700, and since then I've got a 85mm pulley and the long tubes and 100 octane, and I have not had it re-dynoed, but dynos close to 800, and other cars that have the same similar setup.
800 at the tire.
At the tire, yeah.
So we're merging on the highway, and we're gonna experience that real quick here.
Man, I don't get a ride in the passenger seat of my car ever, but miles per gallon over here are way better.
Yeah, huge difference.
From stock, yeah.
From stock, because I have a 2015. Now you do have, this is just a GT, so it's got the
330 rear gears.
330 rear
the
gears.
MT82, it's just stock clutch, stock trans. I don't have axles yet. All that's in the plans to get, beef up the drivetrain and suspension. But the car's got 21,000 miles on it, and it's been at 700 wheel plus for more than 50% of its life. So daily driven through the summer. It does great.
See, that's like, I want to supercharge my car eventually.
Right.
And I've always worried about that. Like, how is it reliability wise on all the other parts? How many other supporting mods will I need just so I don't tear things apart? So for you saying that you have all this factory stuff,
it has a little bit to do with how you drive it. I'm not constantly ripping burnouts, or I haven't tracked the car yet with a good tire. I mean, I would break the axles if I went, did a quarter mile and put a good tire on it and launched it really good. I'd break the axles, but just driving around, ripping on the highway, it's good. It's fine where it's at.
So a couple things I've noticed that are awesome about this. You have 800, probably close to 800 at the wheel horsepower.
Right.
This is very driver friendly.
Right.
And the temperature gauge. It's sitting exactly where mine sits NA, and it's a hot day.
Yeah, it's probably 90 degrees out. The car with the kit runs cooler than factory. The IATs are never above 10 degrees ambient while you're driving. I mean, you do a pull, they might go up 5-6 degrees. VMP's triple bypass heat exchanger with the two 11-inch fans cools this thing down like crazy. I mean, it works well. And we also put the 170 degree thermostat in, and that helped out a lot. The coolant's always under 200, and the IATs are, it's cooler than some guys that run ice tanks. So
now we're gonna do one more 40 hit.
That's awesome in the passenger seat.
Compared to my car, it is a huge difference.
Yeah. Shot a little flame.
It's like, and your gears are so much longer, but with it having so much more power, I don't really know if I notice. Right. You know what I mean? I
kind of like the long gears. I've never driven a performance pack car, but I've watched a lot of videos, and it seems like the guys are really shifting, a lot. And this thing just pulls like a freight train forever.
Yeah.
It's long gears, but I like that feeling, and it's it's very fun.
Yeah, and I was just kind of like, I was worried when you told me it had 800 at the wheels.
Right.
Because my car, I mean, I can punch it in second, and it gets pretty loose, and Ford's traction control system doesn't really intervene very much.
Yeah, it just kind of cuts timing,
Yeah.
messes with its knock sensors and stuff. There, did a little bit.
Yeah. But, man.
But, yeah, I mean, the pulley and tune we're on right now, the 100 octane and 85 millimeter pulley, it's about 9 pounds of boost, but having the extra octane, Joe Goodenough, my tuner, kind of throws a lot of timing in on the hit. So,
yeah.
I mean, it rips a lot harder now. The other pulley in 93 tune makes good power and feels good, but you don't have that initial hit, of the timing, and it's a big difference.
Yeah, man, this thing, it's a lot of car.
Yeah.
But it's like,
it's super controllable in my opinion.
Like back there, we were spinning pretty hard, but it just
spins straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't want to track either way. I mean, yeah. And as long as you're not, clutch kicking it around a corner, you're not gonna.
Yeah.
But I drive the car on vacation all over. I've been to Alabama with it. I drove it down to Florida, had them put the charger kit on it, drove it home. I just went 2 weeks ago to Branson, Missouri. I mean, I go all over with it.
Yeah.
So, and it's super reliable. I've never had a belt break. I've never had an issue. I mean, their tech support at VMP is awesome. I did, however, have one issue with the throttle body about 8 months after I bought it. The electronics went bad, and it was kind of throwing a code for being stuck open or closed, and a few data logs later, the warranty was, they took care of me, and I upgraded to a 69 millimeter throttle body. But yeah, or twin jet 69. But they're good to work with.
What kind of mileage are you getting, like, when you do those?
Oh yeah, that's another thing people won't believe. Highway 22 to 24 on 93, and in town 16 to 19. But yeah, I've got as high as 25 and a half on the highway with 93 with
that's like
700
stock.
horsepower.
Yeah,
it's like stock. It went down. I drove it down to Florida, and I got like 27 to 28, and then it went down about 2.5 to 3 miles per gallon after the kit was installed on the way home. But
that's not terrible.
No, not at all.
It doesn't like ruin your drivability, really.
No. And you're good. The throttle body setup on this, being a twin blade, the drivability is really, really good. I mean, it drives like stock. Obviously it's loud because of the long tubes, but if you're just cruising around, nobody knows it's a blower car.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it still drives like stock.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
that was only 3/4 throttle. I'm getting a lot of like noise that it feels like it's coming from down here, like you hear that.
Oh yeah, no, I did with Sean Foster. Shout out to him. He does a sound tube kit, and a lot of people have bought it off him. But I made my own. Just used a 1-inch diameter hose and drilled through the firewall into my airbox, and now you can hear the suction from the blower, and you can also hear the whine.
Yeah, you hear a lot of whine.
So, but the long tubes they've kind of deafened that out. Before I had the long tubes, it was really loud. But good bang for buck mod. It was like $10.
Yeah. I think you've sold me on a VMP Supercharger.
I hope so.
Just because like I've been going over that, like the Whipple Pro Charger or one of these, like a TVS, but I'll probably will go a little bit smaller.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, why, if you've had this much reliability with all your factory goods?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm just like, the clutch is stock. I mean, it doesn't slip at all.
No.
And like you said, though, if you do put drag radials on this, you will probably break an axle.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's the other thing. I don't know if I'll ever really put drag radials on my car. I'm not really a big drag race person. I like handling. I like doing just little hits like this. I mean,
I think these kits are really well for road course cars. I mean, drivability and the throttle body that it has, it's not, you know, it's really good.
Well, thanks for letting me drive this, man. This is a huge, like, I want a VMP Supercharger. So this is like an awesome way to try
hopefully I made you make the decision to buy one.
Yeah, I mean, now I just have to drive Jordan's Whipple charged.
There you go.
Super.
Decide which one.
Yeah, which one's the best. Yeah. So this is kind of a shorter video because I own a Mustang. I really wanted to talk about how the performance was with the supercharger, drivability. I mean, this thing drives really, really, like you said, close to stock. Yeah. Except for when you put your foot in it. That's when you. I mean, it's a huge, huge difference. So thank you for watching. Thanks for bringing this all the way up here to let me drive it. Please don't forget to subscribe. Check out his Instagram, Not Bad for Stock. Yep. He's got some good rips on there of this thing.
Hopefully I'll get more.
So thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and have a good day.